Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peek's Peak. Today, we are ready to get busy doing some maintenance on our Kubota BX 23S. We've got a lot of things to do, so I'm going to actually break this up into a maintenance series where we talk about the different basic maintenances that we're going to do on this tractor. We want to say a big thank you to Davis Equipment in Ashland, Kentucky, where we bought our Kubota BX 23S. They reached out to us, said they've been enjoying the content on the channel and they wanted to send us a maintenance kit. And so that's where we got the filters to do these maintenance videos. And so we wanted to say a big thank you to them. If you are in the Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia area, be sure and stop by and thank them for supporting our channel. Oh, shoot. So in today's video, we are going to change the Hydrostat filter and we're going to pull the screen and make sure that it's good and clean. The hydrostatic transmission on the pickup tube has a screen that's to catch any kind of brie or metallic material that might be loose in your transmission. You know, as gears wear over time, shavings and things start to come off of those, and they can be in the transmission, and that strainer is there to catch those and keep them from doing any kind of catastrophic damage. And I think we did that at 50 hours, and I'm not certain that we have done it since then. I can't remember the last time that I did that. But we got a hydrostatic transmission filter, and it's not time to do our fluid change yet, but it's been about 100 hours since we changed the fluid and filter. So we're gonna go ahead and just swap the filter out and then we'll top off our fluids. So today's video is not going to be an entire fluid change, but the process of the fluid change is, the only difference is you drain it completely. But we're gonna change out that filter, hopefully not lose too much fluid. We're gonna pull that screen, we're gonna clean it really well and put it back in, and then we'll top off our hydrostatic transmission fluid. The supplies for today's video are an HHK 20 36990 hydrostatic transmission filter. And this is just screw the old one off, put the new one on. We have some Super UDT 2 Kubota hydrostatic transmission fluid. And this hydraulic fluid is not the same stuff that you pick up the universal fluid at Tractor Supply and Rural King and all of that, and it is definitely highly recommended that you stick with the Kubota hydraulic fluid when you're running these machines. There are a lot of things that this is designed to protect, and it's not worth taking chances on your machine by trying to save a few bucks on fluid. So we're not going to need a lot, but we'll have a gallon here so that we can top it off after we make these changes. Now, the only other thing you're gonna need is a ratchet and 12mm socket or 12mm wrench, whichever you choose, to take that fluid screen bolt out. And then we also have a device that we're going to use to plug the hole so that we can take the screen and clean it up real good and everything, because we're working here by ourselves. You can also, if you have somebody else handy, you can stick your finger in the hole to plug it off until they clean the screen for you or whatever. I think that's what I did last time. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, now this filter can be changed without taking that shroud off of there. And get your new filter ready to go. Make sure to take your plastic cover off of there. And we're not gonna lose just a ton of fluid right here, but if you got a good pair of work gloves like this with good grip, you can tighten this hand tight, and it's plenty tight enough. It's not gonna leak. And there you go. It's just that simple to change out the filter.
And I did wash the tractor before we started this, but I just finished a 200-foot water line and it was a muddy mess, so getting it all perfectly clean was not gonna happen. So I'll show you how much fluid we lost pulling this filter off. I mean, it literally is drips. Just kind of some cheap insurance to change that filter often. We're not due for another fluid change for probably another about 100 hours. Since I had the filter, I thought I'd go ahead and change that just for some cheap insurance, and that way we don't have to worry about it. All right, coming into the back of the tractor. This right here is what you're taking off for your screen.
Shoot. Woo! We lost a little more fluid on that one. Have my tool ready and everything. Kind of prop that up there to hold it. All right, well, on the bright side, our screen looks good. Nice and clean. I don't think there were any metal flakes on it, really, to speak of. A little bit of RTV residue, which you find sometimes. All right, so with our little plug in there, we've got just a little bitty drip. So we're gonna get ready to stick this back in there. And what I'm using here is actually just a clutch alignment tool. But pull this, put that back, and shove her in there. And it just basically points up and down, and you're in. You snap her in place. Now, in my opinion, on that swap, I did a pretty lousy job. In fact, I think I did better the first time I had ever done it than that. But that being said, you saw how much fluid that pumped out, and I captured it in this bucket, and I only lost about a quart. So you can probably do even better than that. It doesn't take a lot of fluid on hand to be able to pull that screen and check it out and make sure it's clean, make sure we got all the metal shavings off and all that. Just kind of regular maintenance that we try to do to keep things up, and doesn't cost you that much to do it. But all right, so we just got to make sure our fluid is good, and we didn't lose that much, so it shouldn't take too much to top us back off. So all right, perfect. Right at the top of the hash marks. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for the quick service of the hydrostatic transmission. We changed our filter, we pulled the screen and we cleaned it out, and then we topped it off with fluid. Super easy job, and we're ready to roll. Be sure and keep an eye out for our other maintenance videos. We're gonna be doing an oil change. We're gonna be changing some fuel filters, and yeah, so we got lots to do to get this thing ready. It's kind of winter time, so we won't be using it quite so much, so I try to get my maintenance done then. That way we're ready to roll come springtime. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.